The Department of Labor is investigating matters at the Point Development here in New Providence and alleged abuse of staff at the Cove Resort in Eleuthera. Officials said in a recent statement that the department is reviewing the Point project and expects to meet with the developer, while an active investigation is underway into reports of alleged abusive behavior by foreign management toward Bahamian employees at the Cove Resort. This information comes after the Department of Immigration withdrew the right to work of a Memories Resort employee in Grand Bahama and initiated steps to have that person leave the country. Although officials did not provide details, it is believed this employee is the resort's foreign general manager who allegedly asked members of the Grand Bahama Youth Choir to leave the property after a performance during the Christmas holiday. We got an update from the Director of Labor, Robert Farquharson.
As a result of numerous complaints from the staff of the Memories Hotel, the Department of Labor conducted an investigation into allegations of abuse by members of the senior management team at Memories, particularly the general manager. The report was very comprehensive, and a recommendation was submitted to the government.
Late last year, Cable and Wireless announced its intent to sell the business to Liberty Global, the world's largest international cable television company. The sale could have had an impact on CWC's assets, including the Bahamas Telecommunications Company. BTC Chief Executive Officer Leon Williams confirmed to ZNS News that the process is still in progress, which means it's still too early to say what impact this would have on BTC's operations and its 614 employees.
Well, we can see that in the telecommunications arena, there has been much consolidation, mergers and acquisition over the last 12 months. For example, in 2014, around about November, Cable and Wireless would have acquired Columbus Networks. And so now Columbus Networks and Cable and Wireless are now being acquired by Liberty. There's no impact for BTC per se, simply because there are no competing interests in the Bahamas for Liberty, just like there was no competing interest in the Bahamas for Columbus.
News of the pending acquisition comes months after 140 of BTC's employees were made redundant, leaving many to wonder if this could result in further layoffs in the near future. Williams says as it stands, they have no plans to do so.
Things change within this business. Every morning you wake up, the battlefield has been reset. As far as I know, there's no intent to do any additional layoffs in BTC, and we will move forward and see what will happen.
8 people arraigned in the South Street Magistrates Court today in connection with that major drug bust over the weekend.
Our Fern Carey was in court today and tells us that the defendants include a 28-year-old woman.
The group of 8 defendants include 26-year-old Jimmy Joseph, 27-year-old Sean Major, 22-year-old Ilano Noel, 42-year-old Andre Porter, 46-year-old Ian Porter, 37-year-old Devon Campbell, 28-year-old Zintwan Duncombe, and 27-year-old Danielle Knowles. The group is accused of conspiring to possess dangerous drugs with intent to supply between January 14th and 16th. However, in court, they all denied any involvement in the matter. Joseph Porter, Sean Major, Ilano Noel, and Andre Porter were also charged separately with possession of dangerous drugs with intent to supply. They pleaded not guilty to the charge. The defendants are believed to be members of a major organized drug trafficking ring. They were arrested after officers from the Drug Enforcement Unit discovered 10 Crocker sacks containing 341 pounds of marijuana during a raid in eastern New Providence. In court, the defendants were denied bail and remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections. They returned to court on May 3rd for trial. Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
Lawyers involved in the case of the Cabbage Beach vendors who were previously denied access to the beach on Paradise Island returned to court today. They were expecting Justice Bernard Turner to deliver his ruling on the interim injunction, which expired on January 6th, but he reserved his decision until tomorrow. Both sides appeared in court 2 weeks ago, but Justice Turner didn't extend the injunction at that time because the new owners of the property submitted a letter to the court indicating that they were willing to extend access to the beach for 60 days beginning December 28th. Justice Turner will give his decision on Wednesday afternoon. Three Bahamian men, Shanto Curry, Sheldon Moore, and Devroy Moss, who are fighting extradition to the United States to answer drug trafficking charges, returned to court today, but the matter was pushed back to January 25th. The U.S. requested their extradition back in 2004, but the process stalled due to a number of appeals. Meantime, alleged drug lord Melvin Maycock Sr., Carl Culmer, Torrey Lockhart, brothers Lyndon and Brian Deal, Gordon Newbold, and Wilfred Ferguson were extradited to the U.S. in December on drug trafficking charges. This after the appellate court upheld a decision of the lower court approving the order of committal and the extradition. The defendants had requested permission to appeal the extradition before the Privy Council, but that was refused. They're expected to face a U.S. jury on February 8th. At the same time, the extradition order for Maycock's son, Melvin Jr., and Loran Lockhart was quashed by then Senior Justice John Isaacs. In news from the Daily Crime Report, 13 people were arrested in separate operations conducted by the Selective Enforcement Team and Southeastern Division officers last night. The Selective Enforcement Team arrested 4 persons for several recent murders and 2 persons for possession of dangerous drugs after police confiscated the illegal narcotics. Southeastern Division officers recovered a stolen vehicle, and 7 persons were arrested for house breakings in that area. And we also want to remind you tonight to call Crime Stoppers at 328-8477 if you can help. You can also reach them toll-free at 242-300-8477. You can also log on to their website. It's www.crimestoppersbahamas.com. Let's stop the crime before it's your time.
The Afrocentric curriculum. So people would say, oh, that's the African school. We've become known as that. And the person say, well, that woman was born in Africa? No, right here in the heart of Fox Hill to the Davis-Ferguson clan.
It's a 5-year-old institution that's making waves deep in the heart of Fox Hill.
We have to be able to compete globally.
We offer a variety of different languages. In fact, we offer 6 different modern languages.
This week on the Bahamas Tonight, we take a deeper look at the school that's drawing a lot of attention for its unusual approach to education.
Here at Catherine, we're very open door policy. We love questions.
She gets on with her homework and there's very little supervision is needed from us because she actually knows what she's doing.
We get the answers to the questions about this very special school that may easily become the model for the future. It's a 3-part series starting this Wednesday on the Bahamas Tonight.